pitch invaders can be a real mixed bag, you know? Some find them pretty amusing, while others, not so much. But hey, no matter how you feel about them, one thing's for sure. These cheeky folks are here to stay, even if it means facing some serious consequences like lifetime bans or possible jail time. Here are 15 of the most bizarre pitch invaders in football. Number 15. The Greek Fiasco. During a Champions League match between Barcelona and Greek club Panathinaikos, a very enthusiastic Panathinaikos fan stumped the pitch in the middle of the game, ran straight to Lionel Messi, and hilariously gave him a middle finger before attempting to run away. But it seemed the joke was on him because after being escorted out by security officials, the Greek club was thrashed 3-0 by Barcelona. Oh, and just to top it off, Messi sealed the deal with a goal. Talk about karma, right? Number 14. The Viking and the Boxer. The Norwegian, who just can't stop scoring, found the net again during a Premier League fixture between Manchester City and Sheffield United. After finally getting on the score sheet with a ferocious header, Haaland was all smiles, despite missing a penalty earlier. But he won't celebrate this goal alone, as an enthusiastic City fan jumps on his back to celebrate with him, kissing him on the neck. And get this, the pitch invader was none other than retired boxing champ Terry Flanagan. Now, he might be banned from future City games, but that moment? It's etched in his memory for good. Number 13. The Anfield Cat. Meet our next pitch invader, a spirited kitty that stole the show in a Liverpool versus Tottenham game back in 2012. This little feline strutted around the field, owning those few minutes of fame. And guess what? This cat became an internet sensation with over 60,000 Twitter followers. He just might be the most famous animal pitch invader of all time. Who says animals can't be influencers, huh? Number 12. The Traumatic Terrier. Well, the Anfield Cat isn't the first furry invader and won't be the last. However, as memorable as animal pitch invaders might be, former Brentford goalkeeper Schick Brody will forever be traumatized by this canine invader. During a match between Brentford and Colchester in 1970, a black and white terrier found its way onto the pitch, and for some reason, the referee refused to stop the play. While chasing after the ball, the terrier tackled Brody, tearing his kneecap. Yeah, you heard me right. His kneecap. And that injury led to Brody closing the curtains on his footballing career. Number 11. The Swiss Pine Marten. Dogs and cats are common pitch invaders, but one of the most memorable and aggressive ones has to be the Swiss Pine Marten. This little rascal appeared on the pitch during a Swiss Super League game between FC Thun and FC Zurich and evaded capture from everybody. When Zurich defender Loris Benito eventually caught him, this little weasel bit his finger as payback. Number 10. The Red Card Reaper. When a pitch invader interrupts a game during a fantastic play, totally understandable to get worked up, right? Well, during Havant and Amp, Waterloo's showdown with Dorchester in March 2011, player Ashley Vickers had enough. He tackled that invader to the ground. Pretty heroic, you'd say. Well, the referee didn't think so and gave him a straight red card. And like every player on the pitch, Vickers couldn't believe what had just happened and was stunned as he walked off the pitch. Number 9. The Kung Fu Keeper. Another player who got marching orders after the actions of another pitch invader was AZ Alkmaar goalkeeper Esteban Alvarado during a 2011 Dutch Cup match with Ajax. This particular pitch invader was purposely after Esteban, but the goalkeeper wasn't having it as he swiftly took down the pitch invader and proceeded to kick him more while he was on the floor as a reminder that you don't mess with everybody. The referee didn't think that was sweet though, as he gave him a straight red card. But luckily for Esteban, his red card would later be retracted as it was deemed self-defense. Number 8. It's raining dog and cat. A furry pitch invasion is crazy, but 2 furry pitch invasions on the same day in the same match are even crazier. This is what took place when the Liga MX game between Pachuca and Chiapas was interrupted by not 1 but 2 adorable animal invaders. After about 60 minutes, the game had to be stopped when a wandering pup strolled onto the pitch to say hello. After he was removed, play resumed again, but this didn't last long when the cat, who didn't want to be outdone, decided to join the party. Number 7. The Sheep Fellowship. Here's another animal invader story that's a bit outside the norm, more fur than your usual cat or dog. This was when a lower league fixture between CPD Llanberis and Llandudno Junction FC had to be briefly interrupted by a pair of sheep strolling side by side. Date night for the sheep, perhaps? Who knew football matches were the perfect backdrop for a romantic sheep rendezvous? Number 6. The Romantic Invasion. Even in football invasions, love somehow finds a way to materialize and poke its romantic head. At least John Dines thought so when he disrupted the third-round tie between non-league Eastleigh and Bolton Wanderers in a desperate bid to win back the love of his life. He wore a grey top with "Dreams Come True" written on it. Well, whatever his plan was backfired when he slipped on the pitch and was simultaneously arrested and had to pay a fine. I guess dreams don't always come true now, do they? Number 5. The Gunslinging President. If you still think club owners are not active enough for their club, maybe you'll be glad to hear about the guy who got arrested for being too active. In 2018, Ivan Savidis, the president of PAOK, sent the players of AEK Athens running into the tunnels after storming the pitch to protest a late disallowed goal with a, wait for it, a holstered pistol. Well, he did his club no favors after making them automatically forfeit the match. They also had 3 points deducted, and they were suspended for 2 weeks. Number 4. The Flying Parachutist. Not every pitch invasion is premeditated. Sometimes it might just be a crash landing. A conference premier game between Salisbury City and Chester in 2013 was delayed when a parachutist had to make an emergency landing right in the middle of the pitch. He didn't seem too shocked as he coped several high fives before being escorted out. Number 3. Jimmy Jump. We can't make a bizarre pitch invasion list without mentioning a man who has made a living out of crazy. I mean, we could dedicate this entire list to his crazy pitch invasions without running out of moments. He's invaded the pitch so often that he has a lifetime ban from attending football matches. His first iconic moment came in 2004 during an El Clasico matchup when he threw a Barcelona flag at Luis Figo to voice his displeasure at the midfielder's move from Barcelona to Real Madrid. However, one of his most memorable pitch invasions has to be when he tried to wear a hat for the World Cup trophy during the Spain versus Netherlands World Cup final match in 2010. Unfortunately for him, he was tackled before he could succeed. Not that he'll care much. He has several other memorable pitch invasions, like when he ran through the pitch during another El Clasico, trying to wear a hat for Cristiano Ronaldo right after blazing past Lionel Messi. Number 2. The Russian Invader. What might be the most memorable pitch invasion of all time happened during one of the most boring football finals in history. A Russian model decided to invade the pitch during the Champions League final between Liverpool and Tottenham. But it seemed people were more pleased than annoyed with the distraction, as her followers climbed from over 200,000 to 1 million in 12 hours. Now, after a bunch of crazy moments we've shown you in this video, you just have to imagine what is capable of topping all these bizarre scenarios. But at number 1 is just what might be the weirdest pitch invasion ever. In a match between River Plate and Rosario Central, this stray dog decides to kick it up a notch and one-up every other pitch invader by strolling onto the pitch and then doing his business like a boss in the middle of the pitch without caring about anybody else. It doesn't get much more bizarre than that, does it? Now, after a bunch of crazy moments we've shown you in this video, you just have to imagine what is capable of topping all these bizarre scenarios. So, what do you think is the most bizarre of them all? Let us know in the comments, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, turn the notification bell to know when we drop dope videos like this. See you in the next one.